Welcome back to Rowdy Sports, and we're trying a new angle. And we'll see if my camera stays up, because I think it might fall. But, yeah. All right, last day of round of 16, moving on to the round of 8. We have 4 more games. Then we're in the semifinals and then the championship. Today we had we had Argentina versus Egypt, and Switzerland versus Colombia. Let's talk about the only game that had anything happen in it. Argentina versus Egypt was there were some bad decisions. I think that Egypt got kind of VAR'd out of the game in certain period. That's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about these 5 goals that happened. So Egypt scored in the 15th minute. Yasir scores in the 15th minute, header from a corner. It was, the center back got up. He beat every Argentinian in the box. It was pretty impressive by him, to say the least. The second goal by Zico, also very impressive. But then Argentina, they were asleep. Like they were shook from the Cape Verde game, and they didn't wake up until like the 70th minute of this game, in my opinion. And once they were awake, they got their goal, and then they realized, like, hey, we're Argentina. We're just gonna win this game. So Messi then started playing after setting a world record. I don't know if you guys know this, but he set a record in that game, being the player with the most missed penalties in the World Cup. In a single World Cup. I'm not sure 100% if it's period, though. I think he has 4 missed penalties in all World Cups, which might make him the highest in that as well. You know what? We're going to Google it. We'll Google it live. Pens. Most missed pens. There it is. Yeah, Messi has the most missed pens in World Cup history. Not just in a single tournament, but outright. Yeah, and then a Ghanaian player who I can't pronounce that name. All right, so we're just gonna move on from that. So yeah, Messi then started stepping like Messi, after missing that penalty kick, was in that slow walk kind of brain foggy play kind of era, which he can get into. Every fucking superstar can get into it. I mean, we saw Ronaldo walking constantly in this tournament. But, he stepped it up in the second half. I mean, at least in the ending of the second half. I guess that's all Argentina really needs, is like 15 minutes to win a game. Which is fucked up. They were behind. They were behind for 78 minutes of this game. And then I think there was 6 minutes of stoppage. The last 6 minutes, so 16 minutes of that game, 26 minutes of the game, 17 minutes maybe. They were just like, we're going to win now. Christian Romero, that fucking bum, I hate him, scored a goal from a header from a Messi assist. Who'd have guessed? Who'd have guessed it, right? And then who scores? Messi does. Had he scored that second goal, the pen in the beginning of the game, your boy would have covered. Did not cover. Enzo Fernandez, when that ball got in the air from Lisandro Martinez to him, dude, I was like, oh, that's a goal. Before he even touched it, I was like, yeah, that's a fucking goal. I was pretty convinced. And then it was. Enzo has talked a lot of shit about a club that I support, so I'm not a huge fan of him either, but there are rumors that he might go there. He might come to the Arsenal, and that would be interesting. I don't remember the last time we talked to a player that actively talked poorly about our club. And wasn't he on the road to Real Madrid anyway? I don't know. We'll have a transfer talk after the World Cup. We'll do like a once a week transfer rumors and like big transfers that are happening within the world of football. But yeah, Argentina's stats were pretty stacked. 17 shots, 7 on target to Egypt's 4 shots to 2 on target. I guess you really only need, it took 17 shots for them to get 3 in, but it took 4 shots from Egypt to get 2. I would say that Egypt were the better of the two teams up until, I think the substitutions were questionable, right? I think that you have to prepare for everything, and you have to have the issue in the second half was when after they let the first goal in with Egypt, they just stopped. They were like, okay, we've lost. And it was like, no, you guys are still ahead. And it kind of looked like they were fighting, but you could see that Argentina was literally fucking dominating after that. Before that, though, Egypt had a majority of the ball. The game got toppled by that last 20 minutes, you know what I mean? It went from a 50-50 game to Argentina having 58% of the ball and then, 42% to Egypt. And you could see it. And the pass accuracy is better. I'm not like a stat Nazi or whatever, but Argentina just started playing a better game towards the end of the half. They were a little bit dirty, and VAR was definitely on their fucking side. It was a really unfortunate series of events. What did we see in Switzerland versus Colombia? Not a fucking thing. Oh my God. I almost fell asleep all throughout the second half. I was fighting to stay awake. Jesus Christ. Even the opportunities they had were so lackadaisical. The game felt like nobody wanted to actually play against Argentina next. So they're like, oh, fuck it. We don't care about the extra money. I want to go on fucking vacation. I want to watch the finals. You know what I mean? It's like, we know we're not getting there. So yeah. They just Switzerland on pen 0-0 to the fucking end. I think that there were a lot of bad decisions made by Switzerland, even though they won. I think they could have won the game earlier. They looked like the better of the two teams in the second half. I just think they didn't start players like Vargas. Vargas. That's how you say it in Switzerland, is Vargas. They didn't start Vargas, and they didn't start, I was doing a Scottish accent. Who else? Manzambi, they didn't start. And they had Briel and Bolo, Granit Xhaka, and Ndoye all on the field, but none of them were going to get it done, dude. Especially Ndoye against Munoz. That matchup was so dead. Munoz is so rough, dude. He's rough and tumble. I need to trim up. Jesus Christ. We're getting real wild. All right, we'll move on to the next games. What do we learn from today? Always bet on Messi to at least score a goal. Maybe even have an assist. You're going to bet on Argentina to beat the shit out of Switzerland. That's for fucking sure. There's no way that Argentina loses Switzerland. I mean, I've been saying this, and they've been looking fucking rocky in some games, but after that fucking showing against Colombia, there's no shot, right? There's no fucking shot. Okay, moving on. So, round of 8, we have France versus Morocco. It's going to be a fucking rematch of the century. I'm very excited. I think it's going to get real rough in there. There are a lot, Hakimi has a lot of teammates on this French team. Doué, Dembele. Who else has Hakimi play with on this French team? That might be it. Yeah, Umukana's at fucking Bayern, Saliba at Arsenal, Koundé, Barcelona. Who's on the left? Digne? Aston Villa. Chouameni, Real Madrid. Doesn't matter. It's gonna be it's gonna be a great matchup, and that's gonna be on Thursday. Then we have Spain versus Belgium, which I think is going to be a dead game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Lukaku starts this game and he just beats the shit out of the Spanish. I really do. I've been so bored watching Spain play. I don't know why. Like, I get it, they get goals, but fuck me running. It is so boring watching them play. I don't believe in Yamal. I do not believe. I'm not drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. I'm not part of his PR fucking squad. I do not believe. He's going to have an Alexandra Pato moment where he's like, has like, you know, real styling on the ball for like a couple of years and then poof, he hurts himself and now he's in China. All right, that's what I'm saying. Norway versus England. This is probably the game that I'm looking forward to the most. I mean this when I say it. Erling Haaland is going to run riot on these English players, and it's because he played against so many of them regularly. Now, people are going to think they are going to know how he plays, and that will make it easier for them to deal with him. Wrong. I think it's more about, no. I'm in your head. I'm in the running for the Golden Boot. I've taken Norway farther than any other player has. So yeah, I'm going to bet on Erling Haaland. Am I going to bet on Harry Kane? No, I'm actually not. I actually think that he had a stinker the last game. I think that Anthony Gordon is a hot bet. I think that Saka is a hot bet. I think that Declan Rice is a great fantasy pick. I think that if Odegaard was less expensive in fantasy, you bet on him. I don't think that there's a lot of prop bets that I would take for Martin Odegaard. Maybe a single shot on target. That's something that I would think about because Odegaard is going to have the know-how to play against Declan Rice in the midfield, Eze in the midfield, Saka, Noni. There's two players in this team that have literally that have the influence to get their entire team ready. And on top of that, it's not just them that plays in the Premier League as well. Christopher Ayer has played in the Premier League as well. Maybe it's somebody else on the bench. I don't think Ayer has played in the Premier League, actually. Am I crazy? No, yeah, he plays at Brentford. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Premier League experience in this team, and all the English players, with the exception of Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and now Anthony Gordon, all play in the Premier League. So you're going to have... I wouldn't sleep on Norway. I actually think Norway is going to knock fucking England out of the World Cup. I think that'd be wild. I mean, I get it. England move on. Then they have to play against Argentina. Yeah. Then they would have to play against Argentina. I think Norway have a better chance of beating Argentina than England do. Because I don't think people are prepared to deal with how fucking dominant Erling Haaland is. I hate the guy. I hope City get relegated with those 115 charges. That doesn't stop me from recognizing game, though. All right, and then Argentina versus Switzerland. Do we really need to fucking talk about this? Do we need to talk about this? We just saw what happened. We saw it 2 weeks in a row. It's not even fun anymore. He's too good. There's nothing anybody can do about it. So if we were taking a bet out on this week, we're going to bet on very specific things here. Mbappe to score. Romelu Lukaku to score. Erling Haaland to score. Messi to fucking score. I think those are really solid bets, especially against who they're playing against. Do I think that Morocco are a better team than Paraguay against France? Yeah. Do I think France are going to turn up? Yeah. I think they'll win. I think they beat Morocco there. Spain versus Belgium. Who do I want to win versus who I think is going to win? I want Belgium to win. I love waffles. But I think that Spain is going to win. I think Torta España is going to take this one home. And am I happy about that? No. I think that Unai Simón is a fucking bum, and I hate fucking Lamine Yamal. They are very talented, though. Not Unai Simón. Just Lamine Yamal. He's a bitch. All right. I think that Norway beat England. I don't want that to happen, but I want that to happen. There are selfish reasons that I want that to happen. I want those players to rest, but also if they win the World Cup, it'll be really hard to argue with them not being world class at that point. So I hope that kind of happens as well. And then Argentina is just going to win. Yeah. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, talk shit in this in the comments down below, and yeah.